What weighs 12.5 tons, stands 21 feet tall, and is now more vibrantly colorful than ever before?
It's kind of a gateway to the city.
It's great. It looks fantastic.
It can stay vibrant for many, many years to come.
You may have passed by the Chromatic Gate multiple times on Cabrillo Boulevard. For years, the art sculpture was gaining rust and was in desperate need of restoration. These negative changes did not go unnoticed by the community.
We were lamenting how horrible the Chromatic Gate looked. And so we started talking to the people at the Arts Fund, which is a private nonprofit in Santa Barbara, and they told us the history of the Chromatic Gate.
The statue by Herbert Bayer has faded over the years, and Herbert Bayer is known for his color, and it was a little dismaying to everyone in town that it was looking so poorly.
Herbert Bayer, a famous artist that studied under Kandinsky, designed the Chromatic Gate. He spent the last 10 years of his life living in Santa Barbara before he passed away in 1985. It was 22 years ago, in 1991, when Paul Mills, the longest-serving art director in Santa Barbara, brought the Chromatic Gate to Santa Barbara's East Beach. At the recent unveiling of the renovated sculpture, Paul Mills's children reflected on what this day would have meant to him.
I was trying to think what he would have really felt like today, and I think that just as a person, Paul Mills would be quite emotional and very moved by what you've done. He'd just simply be so grateful, so thankful, so relieved, and so touched that you cared, and that you could save the Chromatic Gate when he couldn't.
While Paul Mills and Herbert Bayer are no longer here, the Chromatic Gate lives on, fully restored and to be maintained for years to come. But this process was not an easy task. It took a lot of hard work and community effort.
A few years ago, there was no money to restore this Chromatic Gate. And so people like Patty to Dominic and the Arts Commission really searched far and wide, and there were many community partners that came together.
We were promised if we raised $48,000 that the gate could be restored. In 90 days, we raised over $60,000, and all told, we raised over $78,000 for the restoration and the permanent maintenance of this gate.
While raising the money took an enormous amount of effort, some would say that the actual restoration of the sculpture was an even more difficult task. There was much to do in order to achieve the exquisite result. Here's a little taste.
Get permits, set up scaffolding, porta potties, fencing, scrape lichen, dirt, and moss off the top of the sculpture, sand down the top coat of the sculpture, discover that there was more rust and metal damage than early inspections revealed, and repair that by more sanding, grinding, sandblasting. Fill in the damage, smooth and sand it again. Clean every inch of the sculpture again with acetone to remove dust and residue. Spray 3 coats of primer onto the surface of the sculpture to ensure a long-lasting surface of paint to adhere to. Now, sand it again. Fill in any imperfections. Sand it one more time and clean it one more time.
And this was before the painting even began. After all of the effort from both the restoration team and the community, the finished product looks fantastic, and Paul Mills's children believed that their father would be very pleased.
It's moments like today that meant so much to my dad and my mom. Moments when the boldness and vibrancy, the bravery and intelligence of contemporary art could bring very different people together and challenge them, please them, make them think and discuss and feel. And most dearly, they knew that these moments needed a lot of donors who really believed and really cared. The Gate says that art is for everyone. And the Gate marks a space that's beyond profit or obvious use, that's dedicated to the idea that art can bring life and possibility to hearts and minds.
The Gate looks refreshed and vibrant, and also reflects the unity and strength of the Santa Barbara community. Not only was a historical work of art restored, but a beautiful meeting place for residents and visitors was recreated. A place that frames all of the life and natural beauty that surround it.